Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to explain one of the most interesting topics in microeconomics, which is Edgeworth box and equilibrium allocation. So let us imagine an economy with no production and only exchange. There are consumers and each consumer has an initial enjoyment of goods. In this system, trade or exchange takes place so that both parties can become better off. To make this simple, let us focus on the case of two consumers and two goods. Here, consumer 1 owns some amount of good 1 and some amount of good 2. Consumer 2 also owns some amounts of good 1 and some amounts of good 2. Together, they are enjoyments from total resources of society, and these are their consumption bundles. Now comes the Edgeworth box. The box is a diagram that shows all possible ways these goods can be distributed between the two consumers. The width of the box represents the total amount of good 1, and the height of the box represents the total amount of good 2. The bottom left corner is consumer 1's origin, and the top right corner is consumer 2's origin. Every point inside the box represents a possible allocation of the two goods between two consumers. Let's bring in preferences. Each consumer has indifferent cards, which show the combination of goods that give them the same satisfaction. Consumer 1's curves slope upward to the right, while consumer 2's curves slope downwards to the left. When the indifference curves of both consumers are tangent to each other, we get the contrast curve. Here is the contrast curve. This curve shows all the allocations where no further Pareto improvement is possible. So finally, what does equilibrium mean here? There are three conditions for equilibrium. First condition is the equilibrium must be feasible, meaning that it must be within the Edgeworth box, right? The second requirement is the allocation must be unblocked, meaning neither consumer would reject it. If we focus on the slide, that we see that consumer 1 blocks points left of the IC through E, this portion, and consumer 2 blocks point right of IC through E, this portion. So equilibrium must be in this lens-shaped region between ICs. And our final and third requirement for equilibrium is Pareto efficiency. Not all points in the lens are equilibrium. Take the example of point B. Here the slope of two indifferent curves are different. That means the consumers can negotiate and move to a better point. But once they reach a point on the contrast curve, no further improvement is possible. That point is an equilibrium allocation. Here, point D is our equilibrium allocation. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you found this video helpful, please do like and subscribe and share it with your friends.